Sports have always been a part of every society, both past and present. According to Rao DC, no one can say when sports began, since it is impossible to imagine a time when children did not spontaneously run races or wrestle. Children have always included sports in their play, but one can only speculate about the emergence of sports as autotelic physical contests for adults. Sports have a long and storied history that can be traced all the way back to prehistoric times. Physical activity with origins in ritual, battle, and entertainment gave birth to sports. As far back as the beginnings of sports, it was related to military training. For example, competition was used as a means to determine whether individuals were fit and useful for service. Team sports were used to train and to prove the capability to fight in the military and to work together as a team, that is, the military unit. The study of the history of sports can teach lessons about social changes and about the nature of sport itself, as sports seems involved in the development of basic human skills. There are so many examples of sports like basketball, swimming, volleyball, soccer, badminton, including lawn tennis, popularly known as tennis. Tennis is a popular worldwide spectator sport played by millions of recreational players. Several notable Nigerian female tennis players are amongst these bunch of tennis players whose wins have wowed the public. Oyinlomo Quadri, Sarah Adegoke, Anu Ayegbusi, Omolade Aderemi, and now Marylove Edwards. Marylove Edwards is a 16-year-old tennis player. She is fast becoming one of the young superstars of tennis in Africa. She has won championships and prizes around the world for her dauntless performance on the court.
My name is Marylove Edwards. I'm 16 years old. I'm from Edo State, Nigeria. I'm a female Nigerian tennis player, and I'm currently ranked #1 in Nigeria. I started playing tennis at the age of 4. My dad actually introduced me to tennis at a young age, and I also watched on video clips and fell in love with the game. So at age 4, I was basically working on my fitness level at age 4. So I jogged after school. There are numerous competitions I've participated in, but I can give you some. I participated in some ITFs, which is some J4s, some J5s, and some tournaments in Nigeria and both outside Nigeria.
Bruce MGL also stated that there has been much dispute over the invention of modern tennis, but the officially recognized centennial of the game in 1973 commemorated its introduction by Major Walter Clopton Wingfield in 1873. He published the first book of rules that year and took out a patent on his game in 1874, although historians have concluded that similar games were played earlier and that the first tennis club was established by the Englishman Harry Jem and several associates in Leamington in 1872. The modern game of tennis is played by millions in clubs and on public courts. Its period of most rapid growth as both a participant and a spectator sport began in the late 1960s, when the major championships were opened to professionals as well as amateurs, and continued in the 1970s when television broadcasts of the expanding professional tournament circuits and the rise of some notable players and rivalries broadened the appeal of the game. Tennis is now ranked 7th place on the list of the paid sports category according to Forbes. In tennis, the popular 4 Grand Slam tournaments, also referred to as the majors in the tennis game, are the Australian Open, played on hard courts, the French Open, played on red clay courts, Wimbledon, played on grass courts, and the US Open, also played on hard courts.
My tennis idol is Serena Williams, but I also like people to imitate the way I play. I enjoy music, I love to swim, and I love going out with friends. In the next 5 to 10 years, I hope to be a top world player, like top 20 by God's grace, in the WTA ranking and playing Grand Slams, winning Grand Slam winning some top qualifying tournaments.
Here's a card we no go give you stress at all. Zero weight and zero Q. Here's a card we no go give you wahala. Zero trouble now for you. Tell off it fam, tell off it spoiler. Who won't break them? Where you want say now only you get them. Nothing fit do one. Sharp, sharp payment not the way. Swipe they go, you know the way. Veteran card with the sweet body. Veteran card we know the shape person. We put you first again. First banking veteran card we put you first again. Generate your virtual card we put you first again. First banking virtual card we put you first again. Just generate your virtual card.
Tennis has historically been called the sport for a lifetime. According to scientists from a variety of disciplines, tennis is still one of the best sports anyone can choose to play. As stated in Bruce MGL's article, the origins of the tennis game can be traced to a 12th to 13th century French handball game called Jeu de Paume, that is called Game of the Palm in English, from which was derived a complex indoor racket and ball game, real tennis in the 16th century. This ancient game is still played to a limited degree and is usually called real tennis in Britain, court tennis in the United States, and royal tennis in Australia.
What I love most about playing tennis is the fact that you get to travel around the world, meet new people, and then the competitiveness that comes with it. And my greatest strength as a tennis player is my forehand. My greatest moments on the tennis court will probably be when I won my first ITF, and also my worst. I don't think there is ever a worst moment on the tennis court. I mean, there are some days you have bad days and good days, but irrespectively of good or bad, you learn. So I don't think I have any worst days. If I was not a tennis player, sports, I don't know, but definitely I'll be a writer. Being a tennis star, you get to travel around the world, but some of the best places I've been to would be Dubai, UAE, Cairo, Egypt, Nice, France.
Marylove Edwards is a tennis player. I started playing tennis at the age of 4, and she has been progressing all her years. And as we speak now, she's Nigeria's most ranked player on the ITF world ranking. She's ranked 222 and number 1 in the country. And also, we are aiming for her to participate in the next coming Grand Slam in France. Yes, I chose tennis for her because it's a game I love passionately, and I played it in my days in school, and that's why I wanted my kids to play tennis. Yes, our training routine has been so intense since when she was age 4. At age 4, she has been training at least 2 hours, 3 hours when she was age 4, and she trained as early as 5 a.m. in the morning before school and after school. Our training schedule right now is she trains at least 6 times a week, and she trains from between the hours of 10 to like 4 p.m. every day. And she only has only Sundays as off days. Rainy days she's always very active, and that's why she's very active and strong on the court. Tennis goals for her now is because she has all the capacity and ability to be one of the world best in the world, and I want to see her before her 20th birthday to have won at least a Grand Slam. She has participated in a lot of tournaments, and she has won several. But the major ones that I so much cherished are the ones that she won on the ITF circuit, winning all Nigerian ITF circuits. She has won like 6 of it now, and that has really made me proud. My proudest moment, Marylove winning the Dara Art Court, her first national tournaments, ever. And now she has won like about virtually everything now at national level. I'm so proud. In the next 5 to 10 years from now, I want to see her, among the elite tennis players in the world. I want to see her among the top 10 tennis players, and most likely to be one of the number 1 best in the world. She can get it. She can. My advice for Marylove Edwards is continue to remain focused, discipline that she has been known for all her years. Being focused, be more aggressive, keep her focus very, very tight. That's it. With that, she will achieve all her aims.
Here's a card we no go give you stress at all. Zero waiting, zero queue. First bank is Here's a card we no go give you wahala. Zero trouble now for you. First bank is tell off it tell off it spoiler. Who won't break them? Where you want say now only you get them. Nothing fit do sharp, sharp payment not the way. Swipe they go, you know the way. Veteran card with the sweet body. Veteran card we know the shape person. We put you first again. First banking veteran card we put you first again. Generate your virtual card we put you first again. First banking virtual card we put you first again. Just generate your virtual card.
The most surprising moment in my career would be when I played my first ITF in Abuja, my quarterfinals against a girl from Switzerland. I was down 5-2, 40-15, about to lose the match, and I just heard my dad's voice from the crowd saying, don't lose your chances, take it now or never, and everything changed, so I was really happy. My name is Marylove Edwards. I'm a tennis player, currently ranked #1 in Nigeria, and I'm a first-class material.